I'm just going to turn it on, so just hold down that button and press the plus button so it can start to heat up. Obviously, I have just got caught in the rain today, so my hair needs some TLC. I think what I'll do is I'll start with like obviously the straighter looks, because that's then easier to then curl rather than curl then straighten. I do have these like bangs, so I guess the first style is I'm just going to kind of straighten it with a bit of like a curve in, which is kind of quite popular at the moment, and then I'm going to like swoosh my bangs out. So just start by separating the hair. I have got quite thick hair, so I need to use 2 clips, and just obviously some heat defense, which I've just sprayed my face. But yes, so it's fully heated up now. So because it's got quite a nice barrel, it does give you a nice quite curl inwards. So I'm just going to get the, again this is the Dyson brush with it, and it does come with it. I'm just going to like pull it at an angle and brush it through. Like that. And I'll just do that all the way around. So again, you can see I'm kind of pulling it out at an angle. Like that. And yes, I keep on looking at myself in the viewfinder so I can actually see what I'm doing. I have got a mirror set up behind the tripod, but it's actually easier in the viewfinder. So again, just at an angle like that, and then pull it down. So it doesn't take long, but it's just got that slight curve in, as you can see. So then we just do the rest basically the same. Because I have got thick hair, I am going to do another layer. But if your hair is kind of like thin to medium, you probably don't need to. You could get away with doing it in 2 sections. So again, I just try and keep the sections quite clean rather than, you know, you've got like loose hairs kind of in between, just because it helps get a smoother finish. So you can see it then starts to look like a really thick cut. So even if you don't have very thick hair, it will look quite thick. So it's quite a nice way to do it if you are wanting to give a fuller effect or like a blunt cut look to it. And I normally go over each piece twice, sometimes 3 times. More so around the front really. Like that. So you can see now it's starting to look like a real kind of full blunt cut. And then I'm just gonna do the top. So I'll leave the bangs till last, so I'll just clip those up. Do you remember whenever I used to do the hair like this? Oh, how bad. And of course you can change the amount you have it come in just by how much you turn it. So if you turn it a load, it'll come like really in. If you turn it less, then it'll be more straight, obviously. So it's just obviously down to preference at that point. But I just find holding it at a slight angle the whole way down gives it a nice smooth bit. The worst thing is when you like try to put then an angle in at the end and it's got like a line where the heat changes direction. So this is how we're looking at the moment. So it's quite even both sides coming in, and then we just got to do the bangs. So there are, I'm sure, plenty of ways to do them, and you can do them with like a round brush or like upwards with a blow dryer, a hair dryer, which is what I do when I'm drying my hair, just to get some form of shape into it. But I actually, what I do is I just get the section, and you can do this no matter how long they are, so you might have just like long layers at the front. So I just kind of brush it round like that, and then I take it right from the root, and again I just curl it kind of halfway round, so it looks like that. That's not the end picture, do not worry. And then you just kind of bring it through with your hands, pull it through, and then that will settle in a minute. That's the kind of whoosh. So just do the same on the other side. So again, I just brush it through with the round brush, and I do turn the brush to really brush it. And then same again, just half turn, and I kind of place it where I want it to sit. So now this looks a bit ridiculous at the moment, so you just kind of run your hands through it, and then you can kind of just press it. So I'm just very lightly opening and closing it. So I'm not straightening it, I'm just kind of flattening it a bit. So that's one kind of look, but obviously you can do your bangs more differently, so they sit more on top of your face and you can kind of curl them into your face. So I'll do that now as kind of just an extra, but this is how I do my hair like most days pretty much, just because I think it's quick and easy, and normally if I've done it one day it'll last like a few days. I might actually like do the bangs. So yeah, so this is nice, quick and easy look, and it is really easy to just bring it in, and it does help give that fuller kind of cut, if that's what you're going for. So for inward coming bangs, I'm just going to pull this up, try and get them all in the brush, and really just try and brush them forward like this. So you can sit with it there for a bit, or if you've got like what are they called? Rollers. Or if you've got rollers you could do it like that, but I don't, so I'm just going to pull that through like that, so it's more kind of in my face, and I actually just bring it more inwards to my face like this. So again, it's just about a half turn, so I know it looks ridiculous, but then just like a half turn inwards, and then I take this comb, which comes with the DYSON CORRALE, and I just comb it through, just to really kind of like mess it up. And then what I'm going to do actually is just flatten the ends like I did before. And obviously this will look differently depending, obviously, if you have bangs and how long or short they are. So mine are quite long now, so I can't really have it that much over my face. But that's much more of a subtle look. If you wanted them to be a bit more subtle, less kind of in your face and like, whoo, flowy. So yeah. And obviously if you've got any products, you can just run that through it. Just kind of flick it through a bit so it's not so stuck together. And there you go. If you have got shorter bangs, it's quite nice to have like a few over the forehead, I think, just to kind of close up that gap. But obviously mine are too long, so that would just be ridiculous. So quite a nice look. If you like your hair straight, then what you can do is just make a bit of a, so if you let the bangs through, and then like you can do a half up, half down, which if you do it like as a messy bun, can look really nice and effortless. So you want to pull all this through so it doesn't like look like we have any bold patches, because we don't, it's just our hairline. And then same on this side. And then what I'm going to do is literally just run my fingers through it, so it's like I'm holding it like this. I'm just going to grab it like this, spin it round, tuck it in at the back, and then I'm just going to get a scrunchie. So I've got these silk scrunchies, and I'm literally just going to like shove it in the bubble. Not neat, not planned, just in like that. So that is quite a nice way if you want to kind of take some of the weight off, or it's actually quite 90s. So if you want to go to like a party or anything like that, it's quite nice. But I think it looks really quite cute if you've got like a nice summer dress on, or yeah, I think it can look quite cute depending where you're going. Or even if you just, like I say, just want to get some of the weight off, but you don't want to have all of your hair up, like especially in the heat. And obviously you could pull it through if you wanted it as a hair bubble, but personally I think it just looks a bit fuller and less like one like strip of hair flopping over a hair bubble. If you do it in like a bun style. And again, so when I've curled it, which I'm going to do now, you can do the same, but obviously with the curled style, so we'll show you that as well. So now I'm going to add like a part wave, so not like fully curled, but just a bit of a wave to give it a bit more oomph, so it's not so like pristine to be straight. So again, I'm just going to, for this one, I'm probably only going to half it once, so just do 2 sections rather than 3. So I'm just going to half turn it like that, so it's like a 180-degree turn, and then pull it down. And then you get this nice kind of loose curl wave. So basically I just get little bits of hair like this. It doesn't have to be too neat, the sections don't have to be too kind of similar in size, you can kind of just make it up really. But again, because of the shape of the barrel, it makes a really nice curl. So 180 degrees, just pull it down. Not too fast, but not too slow. Wrap it around your finger, and then there you go. And we will come back to it in a bit. And I always, always, always go away from my face. You never want to curl it into your face. It's just not a flattering look. So first layer looks like that. And then just obviously going to do the top layer. And again, I'm just going to leave my bangs out of it for the moment. So I'm just going to get the comb and just brush it through. And then kind of like ruffle it up. Just so there's a bit of bounce, bit of texture, but not too much. And then I've just taken my bangs out and I'm just gonna like comb them through with my hands and just feed them into the curls. So I've just kind of combed it through, and as you can see it's like quite a natural, nice bouncy, shiny, smooth, blow dry almost. So I think it's really nice if you just want to look, add a bit of zhuzh, or look a bit different. If you normally do it like straight or you normally do it really curled, it's quite nice just to yeah, just add a bit of different kind of texture, a bit of bounce, a bit of flow, you know what I mean? So I think it's quite nice if you're going out for like a nice meal, and you just want to, yeah, like I said, just do something maybe a bit different to normal. And the bangs don't look so as a contrast to the straight hair, because they kind of blend in quite well, or at least I think so. So that's kind of, I guess, another look that I like to do with the DYSON CORRALE. And then again, what you can do from here is, if you want to, do like a bit of a messy bun again. So it's like half up, half down. You can just kind of like make it a bit messy, shove it up, and there you go. There's your little half up, half down bun. And I think it's quite nice to do half up, half down if you do have like bangs or just hair at the front, because it helps frame your face a bit, so you're not like bald. So yeah. And then another thing that I like to do, oh, it's flashing at me because it's got no low battery, never mind, we'll power through, is I like to like do more tighter curls as another way of doing it. So as my battery is low, I'm just going to do it on the top layer of my hair. But for a tighter curl, what I do is I put it in right at the top, I turn it about, I don't know, 300 degrees, so not a full 360, and then I just slowly pull it down, and there you've got like more of an actual curl rather than just a bit of bounce. And I do this all the way around. And actually, if you have kind of short to mid hair like I do, then if you leave the underneath layer more straighter or like just ever so slightly wavy, then actually still keeps the length of your hair, so it doesn't like go this short because you've curled it. So it's a quite nice way to still have a full looking cut or length without and still being able to curl it at the same time. So again, just roll it around my finger. There you go, you've got a proper curl there. So just make sure to do all of these bits that are on the top level, layer, you know what I mean, you get my gist. I do smaller sections when I want it kind of more curled. And again, a good thing with the Dyson Corrale is the curl, well, I guess it depends on your hair as well, but these curls, if I curl my hair now, they will still be there when I wash my hair in like 3 or 4 days. So I will not need to do my hair all week now. So that is one thing I do love, is just how much the curls stay. So instead of using the comb, I think the comb is like too much to brush through if you still want some, like if you want more curly curls. So I just get my hands and I just run my fingers through, blend it into the hair underneath it. And what you can actually do is, if you want to, just curl the bangs around so they kind of fit into a curl rather than sitting on top. So curl it around and then you can kind of place it into a curl and it flows like that. And again, I think it's quite nice if you want to do something a bit different, or if you just want to do your hair once you've washed it and then you don't have to do it again for the week, which is what I like to do because I am lazy and I do not like getting ready in the morning. So yeah, I do really like the barrel because it does give a really nice kind of curl where there's no awkward heat lines in it where you've tried to move. It doesn't stick sometimes. With the GHDs, they kind of like stick a bit. I did do a comparison video of using these next to, like, one half I use these and one half I use the GHDs, so I will link it above and in the description. And since that video I was really like on the fence, like I couldn't really even tell the difference that much, but since doing that video I have pretty much only used these, just because I find it lasts longer, it's just a nicer finish, and yeah, I like them, and they're wireless, which is one of the big things I like. I know newer GHDs you can get wireless ones, but yeah. And if you had nice clips, so I really wanted to get these really nice clips, but it was like £22 and I was not going to be spending £22 on like a little clip to clip my hair into, because the amount of times I would actually wear it is probably not worth the cost. But if you already have some, or you buy yourself some, then you can always like put nice little clips in, like, or even just do it one side, or you could change parting and whatever else. But I am quite basic when it comes to my hair, and I'm very much like whatever's easiest. But anyway, that is just how I use my Dyson Corrale. I'm really happy that I got it when I did, like a year ago. I think any of the heat settings are good. There's 3 different settings: 165, 185 or 210. My go-to is just 210, just because I think whatever I do to the hair, it lasts longer when it's been on a hotter temperature, but any of the temperatures are fine. I do really like it, although it is a bit weighty. And yeah, I have noticed that my hair doesn't feel so brittle. Is that the right word? Yeah, it just feels healthier using this, and I think because of that it has got that like technology where it's not completely flat, it does flex slightly in the actual blades. So I do really like that. I do feel like my hair is really healthy, and yeah, I'm happy with it. This is kind of how I use it. So if you have got this far, thank you for watching and seeing how I use my Dyson Corrale. Like I said, I have done a couple of these videos before, so I will link them below. I've done another one similar to this, how do I use my Dyson Corrale, but that was about a year ago, so I thought I'd do an updated version, which is what I've done today. And I have done a comparison, so a Dyson versus GHD straightener for straightening and curling. So I will put them down below if you wanted to check them out. But thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video.